question that we want to kind of answer here is, how well does this work when your opponent is applying a lot of pressure, he's really aggressive? How do you use this style? It actually comes down to discipline. Everything that we know of in this style, holding the stance, moving off the angles, all of that is how you dispel the pressure that your opponent gives. Because what we'll see for the most part is that pressure will be applied direct, okay? So when you're here, both fighters are comfortable from here. This is a great stance. They're both standing in here and they're comfortable with where they are, looking for ways to establish themselves, looking for ways to run their offense and take advantage of the opponent in front of them. So when the pressure is applied by one, moving in, there you go. You want to find that angle here properly. But what usually happens when you do that is, because you like this stance and you like where we are right here and it feels real comfortable for you, this guy move forward, boom, and this guy move back, all right? That is the instinct that you're going to have to override, because it's natural when he pushes in for you to try to move back and establish this same distance. It doesn't work. It doesn't work out for you as the person being pressured well enough, because your opponent can actually be more aggressive moving forward than you can moving backwards, okay? And you just don't want to work in that lopsided element. Also, you can only move back so far if you're in the ring, all right? Sooner or later, you're going to be caught by one of these ropes, and then it turns into a whole different game. So what we want to do is understand that when your opponent moves in, pressures, you can actually establish by swinging the angle. But when you come off this angle, you deploy your offense when you do it. So you're basically making this guy pay for moving in, right? He's paying at the freaking point that it happens. You don't wait and get him later. You don't allow him any kind of passes. He steps in, you shift, and there, you deploy your offense. Because by moving from your hips and moving properly allows you to move and punch. And the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter what side you want to go to. If he pushes in and you move, there it is. Both of them are the same way. You just move properly, you can go to either side of the movement provoking movement. Means when you hear so many coaches teach to be first, be first, be first, the reason why is because once this guy shows a very aggressive move and he's first, that aggressive offensive move is usually met with an overly defensive move, meaning the opponent will kind of stand still and maybe catch. So we're all taught to kind of catch and come back off of it, or maybe even parry or slip or duck or dodge. And a lot of the slips and the head movement is done effectively enough to allow your opponent to miss the punch, but it throws you off balance as far as if you wanted to reposition. So we're really big on understanding how to hold that together and reposition so that you can run your offense properly. So this is why it's big when your opponent moves, you move. Maybe not straight back, but when your opponent moves, you move. There you go. So now, one thing that we do see a lot, and when you watch what Andre did here, when Mike moved in, he slid all the way over here. Okay? Now, I want you to recognize in this game that a little bit goes a long way. Okay? So we're going to break this down slow. When he comes in and he pressures from here. Now, if you don't move yet. From here, what he thinks he has to do is establish all the way over here to be able to score. When in all actuality, if Mike moves in here and you establish right here, back up, just a half step, back. From right there. That's all you need. So now, let's show how this works. Go back. All you're doing, Andre, is from here to here, as opposed to trying to come around him, all right? So now, when the pressure comes, boom, he comes in, you're right there. And you're already, see how quick and easy it is and how fast he gets to his offense, as opposed to making this sweeping move and then throwing his offense. The man may not even be there. He may not be there. He may have time to block it and this and that. It's not going to deter him from coming in. all he's going to say is, I'm going to come in more aggressive from now on. Because that time that it took for me to step in, he's seeing that, he's metering out that time before that shot came. It's not going to deter him from chasing you down, all right? So when he presses in, there it is. You get quick to that. You shift this, you're already on your position, you can actually continue to move from there because you don't lose your true position. You don't lose your true boxer stance. So you want to get to that quick. The movements don't have to be so elaborate and swinging out all the time. Just step right back and put the rifle on him. So if he's coming in straight from here, there it is. You're right there. Now you can actually run that jab and keep going. There you go. From there, so you want to just establish that position and go from one side or the other. Just get to the position, keep your rifle on your opponent, run it, have the pressure fighter have to make the adjustments, and you're already running your offense. It's really that simple, okay?